Okay, part 2 of SCP, The Will of a Single Tale. Quick note. I didn't know what the fuck SCP meant, so I looked it up, and holy shit. So this is one of those games. That's why it's a little, kind of weird. I still really like it. The translation's funny, but let's just jump back into it. I don't want to be an adult. I want to be a child forever. I think so. Is it childish? I don't know. You tell me. Is it childish? Is it not childish? Ooh. When I was looking up SCP, I saw a lot of these things on the internet. So I guess that's a little shout out to that, whatever the fuck it is. A watch decorated in my room tells me about 20 o'clock. Alright, 20 o'clock. Although the clock itself can't be seen, if I remember the number of times it rang at home, I can know most of the time. She just counts it when she leaves in her head. I changed clothes from uniforms. I sat on the desk chair and was preparing for the school tomorrow. Already this time, Dad and Mom are late. I speak out like a I'm not even gonna read that. My parents in Raw said they had hurry in the village office, and as soon as I got home, they went out. But it has already been 3 hours ago. I wasn't told that return will be delayed, and I haven't heard anything today that there's a village meeting. She also doesn't have a cell phone. Here's the countryside. We're supposed to finish mostly quickly, such as getting to the village office. Nevertheless, they will not return. There wasn't this until now. What's happened? Worried. However, often it's parents who come back to say that they were tied to small talk at such times. In this way, it's meaningless that I'm turning on the electricity in the room, looking from the outside to let my parents know that I'm in the room. Let's say a complaint that you were worried when they came home. I think so. I will wait for a while. That moment. Oh shit. Kanata! Where's Kanata? Suddenly, the sound of the entrance opening and the voice of a person echoes in the house. This voice is my mother-in-law. I'm surprised it's not mother-in-law now. Mom, I'm here. I was called by my mother-in-law and stood up from the chair, head to the door along the wall. Anyway, it was like a shouting loud voice, but it wasn't like being angry. Hikarari-chan's smartphone was found. I get breached. Oh yeah, she still has a smartphone. It seems to be different. While thinking about such a thing, I open the door of the room and go out to the corridor. Kanata! Oh God, you're okay? Mother-in-law finds me, grabs my shoulders, and be relieved. What? What's happened? Kanata, hurry. Hurry and escape from this village. Ooh, got the music going. ASAP. Fucking get out of here ASAP. Huh? Wait, what? I'm blind, and it's well, I guess since it's dark, it doesn't really matter, huh? From this village. Why? Get away from this village. Why? Why do I need to escape? Suddenly, what does she say? I can't understand what the mother-in-law is saying. Get confused. Sorry, I have no time to explain. Listen carefully. Definitely, you must not be found by Thing. Oh shit. Thing? If you disappear from this world, the sleeping apocalypse wakes up? What the fuck? If you abandon the reality of now, the forgotten, a space odyssey, comes fall down. Already, Project Mercury Atlas 13 has started. Oh, that's a cool name. I like that name. Everything will start moving again. All over the world will be your enemy. Walls of Jericho have breaked. Foundation is no longer reliable. We can't protect you anymore. And Get Scared voice, and she says, I like an apology. Thing, Foundation, Sleeping Apocalypse, and Forgotten a Space Odyssey? I'm unfamiliar, no. In her words, incomprehensible. I couldn't think of words to hear quickly. Kanata, look for him. He will surely help you. Brought you to this world, Dr. Let me see. Sagia? Saiga? Dr. Saiga. There we go. Sayaga. Dr. Sayaga. If. Brought to this world, Dr. Sayaga if. That's an F, right? Yeah. Dr. Sayaga? It was a person name I've never heard of. But why? Long ago somewhere, to the name I feel very nostalgic. Wait, I don't know the meaning. In the first place, what do you mean in this world? Forgive me, no more time. Thing is chasing you. Come on, get away quickly. Oh shit. It was the moment she grasped my arm and tried to run. I heard a sound that I've never heard from before. My eyes and liquid splashes towards me. Wait, I heard a sound that I've never heard from before my eyes. Okay. Mother-in-law? At the next moment, like ripping something, I hear an incredibly fleshy sound. And vigorously a warm object came get on my body. Damn. Immediately afterwards, something struck the wall at a distance, then falls to the floor. At the same time, I heard the sound that something falls down where my mother-in-law was. The object that fell on me slipped down from my face to the body side, slide down to the floor. Huh? What's that? But the objects that were supposed to have fallen on the floor still hanging on my shoulder. Maybe it's a long and soft thing? I grabbed the object and tried to verify its identity. I know this is freaky, but she's like grabbing her mom's arm. That's obviously what it is, and she's gonna like figure out, oh, this is my mom's arm, but it's not connected to her body. But I was listening, and there's nobody else in the vicinity, so what the fuck? That's so very long and soft. And it's warm like body temperature. Furthermore, it smells like iron in addition to a nauseation stench. Next, wipe the liquid that's painted on my face with other hand. It's not water, but it's too watery for oil. And covering my whole body. Blood smell. I can't keep standing with fear. Sit down on the spot. My knees tremble and I can't move it properly. My brain has stopped working. What's happened? What happened to Mom? 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 Hinata? I heard a familiar voice. The girl's voice. Voice of a close friend. Hikarari-chan? Hinata? Ah, I've missed you. She comes walking towards me. I'm blind. That's why I can't see her figure. But the voice is definitely hers. But instinct tells me it's dangerous. Oh shit. Run away. Now, thing in front of me is... It isn't Hikarari-chan. Come on, Kanata. Let's become one with us. Ooh, shit. Uh-oh. Dude, I just fucking killed her mom. Is that her friend, though? Do you think it's her friend? Maybe it's just taking, like, the form of her friend. Go to next scene. Oh, I was that close to the next scene. But I stopped the video. Well, I guess we're already at 11 minutes, so... SCP. Secure, Contain, Protect. With words taken from these initials, it's a philosophy of the organization called Foundation. SCIP. Real supernatural phenomena. Super life forms, sorcery/magic. In addition to all other objects that can be explained, Foundation call it so. It's an organism and inorganic matter. Or phenomenon. There is no unfamiliarity or commonality. Foundation secures, contains, and protects SCIP, which can't be handled with the power of common sense. Normal people for abnormal object, to oblige, to defend. Also, in order to expedite things which can't be elucidated. Okay, elucidate things which can't be elucidated. I don't know why I say extradite. They continue to encourage studies day and night. They will analyze all objects of the world someday. It may be showing us a new future for mankind. So, if that SCIP doesn't end the world faster than that, oh, well shit. The mom just died. Our father in Raw is nowhere to be found, and now we have to run away. But this thing's right in front of us. Ooh, Chapter 1. Dark Sector. 7:31:20 p.m. 22:56 Japan. Mobile Task Force. Oh shit. Stuff's about to go down. That's what's gonna happen. Pilot HQ. There is Metal Hawk. This is Metal Hawk 765. We'll be arriving soon at Point A. Over. This is HQ. Roger, Metal Hawk 765. Possible to land here immediately. You're carrying him? Of course. Customer is here. Ooh. He looks like he's a badass. A pilot of helicopter disguised for a private sector responds in a bad mood and tilt the control stick. It will sit on the seat behind that and just wait for the landing. Mountains of darkness that goes on forever and continue flying between the moon, which is felt brighter than usual. 2 hours passed. At least it seems this comfortable air travel ends. When the helicopter carrying me stays in above the place where the light was lit. Follow the direction of the guide and slowly landed on the open. Arrived, customers. An unfriendly voice, the pilot calls my name. I will not reply to him, having a huge duffel bag. Silently open the door of the helicopter. Pilot. Tsk. It's not your business. Finally, it seems that the pilot said something. helicopter rotor sound was noisy and I couldn't hear it well. Well, probably didn't need to listen. Ooh, so I guess we're playing as this dude now. As I get out of the helicopter, there were a lot of armed men here. Everyone has a gun in hand and is guarding. Ooh. Oh shit, what do I do? I don't even know what that says. Mobile Task Force of Foundation. Apparently it seems that soldiers of the size of one company are being introduced. Perhaps it seems to be members of the Japanese branch, but since there are so many people who cover the real face, I don't know made clear. Alright. However, these tense feeling has, if wartime reminiscent, remind me that it was meaningless, such as racial question. While feeling a lot of gaze from such frightening members, I heed for the battle command center. Head for the battle command center. Ugh. On the way, two members of the group who were discussing without noticing me interrupted my way. Get the fuck out of my way. Bando. Move it. Bucks. When I said that, the two soldiers hurriedly paved the way. When I passed by between two guys... Hey, look at... It's a guy called by a captain. I think the men at the headquarters MTF. Mother Trucker Fucks, that's what it stands for. I heard it was called Immortal. Captain said that. Huh? It's a funny joke. Immortally is about SCP. The guy is merely lucky bastard. I heard the sarcasm of the two soldiers. In any branch, people who come from the headquarters are disliked. I got used to such as a sarcasm. But what they say is right. While doing business with Foundation, an Immortal is a ridiculous joke. SCP is deadly, except a few exceptions. Those who mostly involved are driven to death. If want to live normally, never get involved. If want to live normally, never get involved. That should be like a saying for just retarded shit on the internet. It's like, if you want a normal life, if want to live normally, never join. It's an abnormal existence that needs to be kept away from the peaceful world as much as possible. Therefore, those who are not from the beginning to plan to live normally, actively involved. What? Those who are not from the beginning to plan to live normally, actively involved. So, for example, like me and them, while thinking about such things, I will stop. Soldier A and B. Huh? Bando. You haven't even taken the safety on, rookie. You haven't even taken the safety off or on? I said so and started walking again. What? You fucker. This is my safety. Headquarters affiliation. You scared and can't hold a gun without safety? I know how to hold a gun with safety. But can you, motherfucker? A soldier with an assault rifle gets angry and raises his voice, but was soothed to another soldier, never shouted any further. Because I didn't look back, I don't know what he say this. At least, let's pray that let him live as long as possible. Yeah, we want that for everybody. And right after I came in front of the headquarters tent, I just finished coming, and now I'll be in there in a minute. I didn't hesitate, I went inside. Really love that walk cycle sound effect. Is Captain Albert here? I entered the tent and immediately asked. I feel like they just looked up random, like, American names for the translations. Like, what's a good name? Or how do I translate this? Albert. That's a cool name. Oh, what the fuck? Dude, she's got the valve index. Operator girl and drone pilot. Ooh. But earlier than the reply comes back, the line of sight of the soldiers who were working in the tent are all directed to me. Their eyes are surprises. Okay. And eyes to see strange objects. There is an awkward silence in the tent. The silence is still uncomfortable. Well, when I think so. Everyone can't welcome him a little more? That man's heart is scratched. Oh. Broke the silence, and I heard a man's voice. At the same time, a muscular guy appeared from the far side of the tent. Captain Albert? It's been a long time, Bando. I'm glad to know you are doing well. Dude, this guy's just wearing the tightest fucking t-shirt ever. MTF 06 Green Giant, Commander Captain Albert. Damn. What appeared was a white male in the early 40s. It was Captain Albert who invited me here. He belongs to the MTF of Foundation headquarters. For many years, an expert on countermeasures against SCP. Bando. Captain. Haha. Did you get a little cold? Your nips are fucking like icicles. Is that what he's gonna say? You're still kid as usual. I mean, look at his... Dude. Well, come on. I was waiting for you. Captain greeted me with a welcome attitude. The other soldiers who saw it returned to their work. Silence disappears from within the tent. Captain moved to the table, located in the center. I also followed him, and put a big baggie on the ground. I was surprised to hear that Captain moved from the United States to the Far East. Apparently it seems that you are doing well. In the same treatment as the demotion, I thought you were in a bad mood. Don't worry. I traveled all over the world. Although the humid climate of Far East Asia is unbearable, I wasn't sent to the unexplored jungle or extremely cold South Pole. I would never want to go there. I'm lucky. And Japanese soldiers are diligent. Besides, they're guts too. If the leader is excellent, the subordinates will also become excellent. Although Japanese branch says that there were a serious shortage of human resources since 3 months ago containment breach accidents. The rookie began trained, but Captain will have a hard time. Okay. After a long time of reunion, we make sure of our friendship. About 10 years have passed since I became acquainted with Captain. Captain has been active as MTFC and Tactical Response Officer of Foundation for many years, and is a person who has confronted a number of SCP. Before belonging to the Foundation, he belonged to U.S. Marines/Force Recon and experienced the Iraq War. After that, he moved to CIA's ISA Grey Fox. Continue intelligence activities even after Grey Fox disappears. Next went when it's getting transferred to ISA Task Force Orange. And as the last work secretly evolved in Operation Neptune Spear. After returning to the United States, he was scouted for the Foundation and has a track record of working on several MTF formation at the head office. The career itself was very suspicious, but at least I trust him. We got acquainted entering the Foundation, and he also scouted me to Foundation a few years ago. Alright, however, although there were various at that time, it was mine who relied on Captain. How is the air in Japan? Is the air good over there? I haven't been over there in a while. Captain asked suddenly. Nothing. There isn't any impression. For my dad, it is home country, but for me, it is strange land. Above all, Japan is too difficult to learn a language. When I replied, Captain said, right, and showed me a lonely look. He was really wanting to know about the air. I have half Japanese blood flowing. The other half is Iranian. That's why I'm half Japanese, half Iranian. That's funny. Bando seems to be a surname of Japan, but I don't know the details. Anyways, I was born and raised in Middle East because my father abandoned home country. Therefore, I don't feel so much that the Japanese blood is mixed with myself. Weldon, called by you, came to Japan from the United States, but as I arrived at the airport, I was suddenly taken away until such a mountainous area. To such pathetic me. Okay. What are you letting me do? I got into the subject. It's not a hobby to waste time, with the pleasure of reunion forever. Okay, let's talk about the circumstances of the thing. First of all, it's irrelevant to this incident and what you called from the head office. For now, when Captain comes up with a delicate look, he places a breath and starts thinking. About 3 hours before the present time, Foundation/Japan branch intercepted a mysterious phone call from Papa John's. Apparently, it seems that an ordinary person was seeking help from the police. The place where the telephone was sent out is about 5 kilometers south of here, beyond a mountain. It's the village called Nataratamara. It was a village I didn't hear, although it probably will be a few people who know this village in the countryside. What's that call comment? Bando, the call organization number 110. It was a thing that was sent from the smartphone to the police. The voice of the phone is a woman, and it seems to be a student because it was relatively young. As long as you listen to call logs, the girl was shouting the same words repeatedly. Help me. Be killed by the flesh. Apparently, she seems to have been chased by something. It was a very imminent voice. The flesh? When I heard that word, I had very bad feeling. The flesh, if possible. It's a word I don't want to hear much, especially regarding this business. In my words, Captain nods slowly. Foundation Japan branch judged the situation and decided to dispatch MTF. We sent a warning line around the village with a barbed wire and infrared detector and blocked it completely. At least no one has escaped from the village until present time. Anyways, Brando, how far do you know about SCP-610? Mostly I know. A series of biohazards that occurred in the vicinity of Russia's southern Siberia Lake Baikal once. And its generic name of infected people. Since the infected person is aggressive and actively attempts to spread infection to the surroundings, The object class was classified as Keter. Oh, isn't that? I looked that up when I was looking up SCP. That's like one of the higher level threats, or I think it's the highest level. That's right. The occurrence place of Russia is called Site A, and the surrounding areas are contaminated and isolated. Basically, SCP-610 also appeared in Japan? No. According to the record, no abnormality was reported in the vicinity. Yet, suddenly, it can't be thought that a large number of objects like SCP-610 will appear. So, is there any possibility that someone brought spores? There is no evidence that spores or organisms kept in the Foundation were brought out. And there's no information that someone has invaded Site A. In addition, as a result of collecting the investigating air samples around the village about 1 hour ago by UAV, microparticles and spores containing elements of SCP-610 weren't detected. What? Huh? That's where no spore or flesh piece. There's the possibility of existence different from SCP-610? Yes, several similar SCIPs have been discovered so far, but we can't conclude yet under present situation. However, if it's the same existence, it's mysterious that already affected people haven't begun to wonder. In other words, unknown SCIP different from SCP-610 is over there. Spores or viruses, place or thing, or another something. I don't know the identity, but there is a possibility. So I need to go to the site and investigate the cause. I see. It's exactly the right mission for me. I laugh cynically, while Captain showed the expression of mixed feelings. It's kind of fucked up, man. Be laughing about that shit. Albert, as you said, Foundation Japan branch lost a lot of staff at the 3 months ago containment breach accidents. Many experienced soldiers also became KIA, and nearly half of the soldiers in the base are as amateurs. Moreover, as a result of rushing up personnel replenishment, there are also people who don't even have military carriers, although they are diligent, but they are useless in actual combat. Any further loss, it's unacceptable as MTFC. You notice that too. In this case, it may be a troublesome situation. It's necessary to confirm facts as soon as possible in order to suppress the damage. I need your power once. Your power belonging to the MTF Tal 5 Samasara is necessary for us. MTF Tal 5 Samasara, that was the name I heard after a long time. It's nostalgic, and it's also a name I didn't want to recall. Understanding that, he dared to say it. That's fucking old fart. That's fucking old fart. This is business. Besides, I owe you. When I replied, Captain muttered as, thanks, a word. Guess from Captain's words, the units have not yet going in the Mrfatpepper. If you only give priority to securing SCIP, you should have brought soldiers of the Japanese branch to the village at once. But, in that case, it's impossible to imagine how much victims will come from the soldiers. You didn't act foolishly as leader of a unit. Information on the Mrfatpepper. After silence for a while, I asked him. Mrfatpepper has a total area of about 29 square kilometers, with a population of 954 people. Mainly agriculture, industry, and forestry in the village income source. Alright, in the past more than 5,000 people lived, but since 2000 the development of high-speed railroads and road transport networks caused a straw phenomenon in which many residents leave village. Furthermore, the tightening of local finances, the declining birth rate, and the recession also overlapped. And now it became a fine, depopulated area. In the United States, it's a place called sparsely populated areas. Well, it's a typical Japanese countryside. I will give you a map if necessary. I'm not asking about that. I got frustrated and interrupted the words of Captain. It's because I was only a waste of time to listen to such a wasteful talk anymore. You told me that you intercepted a phone a little while ago, about 3 hours before the present time. Assuming that Foundation intercepted information after organization and dispatching the reconnaissance team. Observe the destination from the sky and the reconnaissance satellite. Judging that the A-class is a threat, send about 150 soldiers of Japanese branch and form the encirclement network? Yeah. Considering the location conditions of the village, it isn't a strategy action that can be developed in around 3 hours. Even if SCP-610 is involved, Foundation ignores the investigation procedure. Suddenly, it's impossible to move large units. MTF is basically a stealth mission with a small number. It doesn't change in any country. Basically, the Japan branch was aware of the abnormal situation before the telephone. No. In advance, when problems occurred in Mrfatpepper, its plan and procedure were decided. Different? I will question Captain closely. Then he sighed. I'm no match for you. If you deceive, I'm out of this mission. Use D-Class. Captain begins to talk again with a wire smile. Now Japanese branch is even short of people in D-Class. I can't waste it. Alright, although it's part of confidentiality, I teach information as far as I can know. Just to confirm, keep it to yourself. Conceal any information. That goes without saying. I was robbed of the words. Captain gave a wire smile again. Alright, I'll give you information, but it's confidentiality case. So don't tell anybody. Nobody at all. The identity of Mrfatpepper. It's a people-avoided village created by a cover story of the Japanese government. Alright, the village name and location, ghost sightings, and rumors of eerie customs. The nation intentionally disseminates the occult talk everywhere. It has isolated the village. Actually, people in other towns and villages seemed creepy and didn't come close. The country intentionally? Why is it? That is because mountains around Mrfatpepper function as a informal waste disposal facility of the Japanese government. Radioactive waste that the Japanese government can't publicize. Lots of trash that can't be processed elsewhere. Other harmful objects, etc. on public safety work. It has buried everything and thoroughly concealed it so as not to touch the eyes of the public and the media. It was Mrfatpepper that was responsible for the monitoring of the waste disposal facilities and camouflage. Only a few occult manias with prejudice approaches the village. Either way, people's conscience isn't directed to the surroundings. Instead of being stigmatized by the village mayor seems to have received Grey Grant from the country. Basically, Mrfatpepper is an illegal dumping place operated by the government. And it was a graveyard where one end of the Japanese darkness was buried. Perhaps there will be several such places in the country. So, this isn't the stage face of Mrfatpepper. In fact, is the Foundation involved? That's right. Anyways, Mrfatpepper has disappeared once from the Japanese map, as it merged with other towns and villages in 1955 by media manipulation of the government and Foundation. Currently, it's officially present. But even if it's searched on the internet, information about the village hardly hits. Furthermore, more than half of the resident villagers seem to have been field agent of Foundation. As you said, I just deployed soldiers according to the emergency response protocol that the Foundation has decided. A village that disappeared from the map. What did Foundation do there doing? What did they do there doing? When I asked Captain Side, I don't know. The Japanese branch didn't disclose information to me so far. Apparently, even in A-class, it seems that it's a special case that only few people know. Come on. You are MTFC on this mission, are you not? Then you should be given information on security clearance level 4. That's right, as it should be. But literally, I didn't hear anything. It's too suspicious. The directives given to me by them are field investigations and concealment work of incidents in the village. Through surroundings, secure abnormal existence, or it is terminated by physical means, and the protection of her. When Captain says so, he takes out the photo and places it on the table. There. A girl was shown. Well, she got her eyes closed. Woman, and still a child. Student? Her name is Ryozun. I forgot how to say her first name. I'm just gonna say Kanata. Age is 18 years. Japanese nationals. She goes to the village only consistent student. As a physical feature, it seems that both eyes are not perfectly visible. It's a blind, visually impaired person. I picked up the pictures and looked at the girl's figure. Shoulder width of feminine, slender, and handsome face. Ugh. She's got a handsome face on her. Black hair, looks like a Japanese, but fair skin and high nose, like Westerners. No. In this case, features and color of the skin aren't big problems. SCP, of course, also includes human. Even if it looked like a normal human being, there are many who are certified by SCP. As a precedent, there are a class of all human beings in the village were certified as SCP. Anyways, don't judge by appearance. At least no special abnormality could be felt in appearance. Even so, it's some mental salvation. Are you interested? What? She is a beautiful... Oh my god. She's a beautiful woman. She's a beautiful woman and she's blind. Besides, a cute face. It's your favorite type, and I know all about your types, boy. Captain says with grinning. Are you kidding me? Don't get angry. Just kidding. Ha ha ha. However, it's true that it was ordered to protect that girl. I feel like the captain's nipples just got harder. I give a tisk task and sigh. That old fart. So why does the Foundation want to protect this girl? Is she a relative of A-class? I don't know. There's no information. Is she the people concerned Foundation? Or even SCP? Anyway, her protection is most important matter. As soon as abnormal existence and its girl have been secured, a village scorched earth approach is to be executed. An old soldier's experience. It's a mission of something disgusting. Captain gives a shrug. It's not uncommon for Foundation not to provide important information to the people in the field, but that's the existential crisis problem for unit leaders. Because of the lack of information, it is a strategy. If the strategy fails and the subordinates die, he must carry all the responsibility at the end. Whatever. Anyway, my work is to protect the girl and find the cause of the situation. Alright guys, we just hit 45 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and stop here. And the next video will be part 3. So, thanks for watching.